Hey Stampin' friends, Darlene with Darlene Stamps. Thanks for joining me today. This is yet another pumpkin that I thought I would expand more because, to do one big video would just be too much. So I thought we'll do this for number 3. So this is our April. This is the My Wonderful Family, and with instructions. This is one of my simples. And you can see that the one that they had in the kit, very similar, but I made it even more simple with some pop of the spruce underneath, the same color as the leaves. So let's get started because I want to show how some inspiration comes my way through different things. I have a card that it's a fold, and the fold is a little different. It's not a Z fold. It's not like a any type of fold other than just it is a card, but it actually fans out. So it stands up. I've had this. I made this. Connie Stewart had this design, and so this lives on my desk because it makes me happy. So I wanted to kind of use this, it is a fold, and kind of to show how we do it using some pieces from our kit. So what I did was my pieces. So this is a 8.5 by 11. Get my score lines here. This is 8.5. Oh no, sorry. Back up. This is 11.5 cut at 5.5. So that's our grid, and so it's 5.5 by 11. 5.5 by 11. Sorry, 5.5 by 11, and you score it at 2 7/8. Sorry. Wow. Okay, let's back up here. Slow down. 2 3/4. 5.5 and 8.25. Those are our score lines. And then we are just going to fan this and put our, well, I have, there it is. In my last move, I actually cannot find my, I'm going to have to buy another one, my bone folder, but that's okay. All right, so what I want to do first and foremost, all right, got that taken care of. I went bonkers. I had forgotten that the trick is to punch out from a regular piece of paper and then line it up so that when you do the punch, it comes out even. So it'll stand just like that. So I wanted to take from our kit, and I kind of cannibalized. So basically taking pieces from the kit and repurposing them, using them differently. So what I did was took, and that one's that piece. Hold on. So on our pieces, it comes with this great fold. So I just took this piece off, so it's not using any other kind of materials other than what came in the kit. And then shaded spruce is the accent color. And so that will just hit right there on top, and we're going to do that. What I was trying to do is put a little bit of the style from the first one and make it kind of special for this. Took the tree, so I have that in here, and that will have its base. I'm going all the way up to the top on here. And then I'm going to skip one, and then I'll put this one over on the last one to kind of break it up a little bit. Do that. Okay. So great. So now you can see our little panel, little divider panel, it's coming together. So I took this one, I want this to be my saying, but I want some little butterflies on here. So these obviously are really cute, and they come in the kit. So they're already pre-stamped, pre-cut, all ready to go. And I put a little bit more oomph on that, or glue, so I won't push that. So let that dry. And then this, if you've gotten the trio punch, this is a perfect, it's basically corner. So if you put it in one side and put it in the other, you get this nice little corner on here. I want it to overlap, so I'm going to put it so it extends right to the edge with a little bit of overhang. Again, I'm just copying from my first one. And then I want to use the stamps, as okay. So I had to fix my boo-boo because as I'm describing this, and I've done these, but now I'm trying to show it. Totally messed up because I'm like, no, that's not right. It's not go to the top. And I even did the legs wrong. So here's what I need to fix and tell you. So you're not punching out. This is a detail punch, and I don't remember if it's in our catalog still or not. But you do not do the whole thing. You only do half. See how the legs are like way better. I'm talking way, 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 way better. And my little panels fit better. Oh my gosh. I get on here, and as much as I am learning and trying and going forward, trying to get my bearings straight with this YouTube, I'm also looking at how can I do better, and I'm still learning. So, but I'm trying. All right, I wanted my little butterflies to have a little bit, and this is going to be too fat, I think. So I'll just use a black pin. But I wanted them to have little antennas. So I just thought that would be just a little bit. It kind of adds some dimension to it. All right. And then I use the leaf that's from here, and that's going to go right in that spot. And just a little bit, but what I wanted to say is, this inspiration, like I said, I showed you what my inspiration was, and I wanted to make a fun fold panel that kind of represented that inspiration. So you get inspiration from a lot of places. All right, now I want my little birdies to stand up. So a glue dot is going to be our friend. And when they come in the kit, they come so that you can do them each way, so they're kind of looking at each other. So I thought that would be cute. Put it on that branch. And another one on the other branch. So the kit obviously comes with they're coming together. So here's our butterflies, there's our leaf, there's our tree, there's our birds. And then I just want to stamp my little saying. So I wanted to say, what is it? To my wonderful, get that out first. And I'm going to use spruce just because it will stand up a little bit more bold. And, I got some great feedback from the one video that I did in regards to giving recognition to the designer, or where I got my inspiration from. And really truly I appreciate that comment, because I do feel that we all provide so much to each other for inspiration. I think it's wonderful to be able to share in where you got that from. So sometimes it's ours, sometimes it's not. So I thought I would do a little bit of rounding on this because the corner, oh, and I cut it too short. Oh, this is how you fix these things. Okay, because the corner right here is round, so I wanted to get that to kind of match. All right. To my wonderful. And then this is going to go. Now I'm going to put sister because, you know, in the Christian world, we all have a sister or a brother. So I thought this would be more appropriate. Oh, I put it away too soon. All right. And, you know, I've gotten my new stamps pads, and I'm not sure about you, but they are, I mean, they don't move. And then I put it too far, and then I can't get it off here. So I left it just a little bit there. So we're going to do sister right there. And then in the stamps set is really this cute little leaf, which I thought would be wonderful to put on either side of her. And it kind of matches the, there. All right, so that is my one fold. And then I have another one. So anyhow, that's my simple, but see, it kind of hangs off a little bit, but it'll fit in a regular card. But it stands up, and so some cards don't, but this one I just thought would be super, super cute. All right, so there's that one. Then this next one is going to be, I think, a wow factor. Okay, so I have, okay, so I kind of got inspiration, and so I kind of need some feedback from you, because I'll do this, but I was kind of toying around some things. But let me just real quickly, this is Share Sunshine. Stampin' Up! Looks at the COVID-19 and just all things going around. But this I just downloaded, and it's $12. But what it is, it's all these fonts, and I'll read these in just a second. Amazing, amazing. It uses our colors. On page 1, it talks about the colors it uses. On page 2, the colors it uses, the different coordinating products that you can use with it. And then that you can download these, print them, and 100% of the proceeds go to, I selected United Way and American Cross. And the donations are being sent from Stampin' Up! To these places. I thought that was amazing. Anyhow, I will go through. There's at least 2 of them that I'm going to use. But the one that I thought was absolutely priceless, look at that. Sending loves and paper hugs. Isn't that the best? Anyhow, so you can go on to, whether you are a demonstrator or a customer, go on to Stampin' Up! On the very front home page, it will talk about the Sharing Sunshine, and you don't have to log in. You don't have to log in, or you can't log in, but you can basically download these. So this one is when it was on there. I totally share my toilet paper with you. Isn't that funny? Okay, all right. Be serious. Okay, so what I did, I took the pieces, and I got 2 pieces here. Okay, let me back up here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another fold. And actually, I'm just going to go, because if I talk it through, I'm going to get all bumfuzzled. Okay, this is a 11 sheet of paper, and I cut it at 5.5, and then I scored it at 5.5, so it's actually a 5.5 by 5.5. I'll have to make a special envelope for this, which is no problem. So what I'm basically going to do now, some people use the snail. I'm going to use just regular Tomball glue, and this is our, if you haven't looked at, the specialty paper that is for like our subtles and our brights. And it's neat because it's designer paper, but it comes in the colors of all of that subtles or brights or the neutral. So I figure with the macaroon it would match. So that's the front. And then I'm going to use this for the inside, and I wanted it both to match. You know, I was sharing in the other video that I posted that, you know, I'm wanting to get myself out there because I really feel like I have ideas and I want to be able to share them like a lot of us do. And those of you who have subscribed, I want to thank you for supporting my channel. And then the part of this that makes it so fun is that when we share, then we get, I think, a better handle on the aspects of how it makes for a great share when we can get tips and tricks. And so I hope that there is an option that becomes, oh, I need to do this. Hold on. I'm talking and talking to. So I want to fold this so I get this to go on not crooked. So we're going to fold this, put it right on there. Because this will be a fold, it's a W fold, but so it's not going to open all the way, kind of has a little wompy there, but it will fold just like that. Okay, so now what we want to do is, these are the spruce, this is the lime, or, oh, mint macaron. You'd think that I would have it in my brain. You know, I try to write down kind of a script, but then I'm like, well, I like kind of talking as I stamp. And, you know, a lot of this, if you're a crafter and you're watching this, you know how to layer, and this is only an 1/8 all the way around. All right, so here's what my thought was. All right, so I have this wonderful piece that comes in the kit, which is great, and it would look fantastic here. Oops, here. And I have this piece, all right, that I was going to do here. But this is so wonderful, and it's so like warm and fuzzy. And then I have love conquers all things. I would share my toilet paper with you. So this didn't quite match with this. So I won't attach this yet, but I've got the bones of this. All right, so let me go through, and I'm going to, no, so these are part of that the fonts that came from Stampin' Up, and I just cut them out of my paper. Now this one I just used my my punch. And I could have probably done a like glued it to a full white piece, you know, but it just didn't have. I didn't have what I thought about, because as I was doing it, I thought, well, now wait. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this a little bit more interactive. So if I like the stamp set, but I am trying to be creative. And let me do a little quick plug. So I have a customer who contacted me and said, hey, we have this nonprofit that we support and we help with, and it's called Heroes Homestead, and they're based in Seattle, and they said we would love to be able to support them, and they do cards to our troops and such, and could you make some cards for us? So I'm like, absolutely. So we got the stamps, and it's both all kind of patriotic. So that worked out wonderful. And anyhow, afterwards, I will do a little sample, show you a sample of a card that I made for them. So this is, where I look at from this standpoint of a business, but we are in a crisis mode with this pandemic and this quarantine, and being able to share the love and send a note of encouragement, it just makes it so much better because we are doing this all together. It's not just happening to one person or another. So overall, I think it's good to be able to have a point of reference that we are doing wonderful things, and there are people all over. And oh shoots, see, I'm talking and I'm used to doing this. Let me get my paper. All right, I can't do the whole thing because it's not going on the whole thing. It needs to go on. So this is how we, oops, going live. This is just cut up pieces of paper. Okay, because it's only going to be glued on this. So we are going to put this here. And then we are going to put this here. And then we'll put this one. So this is kind of oh, I did it. I did it again. Is that not funny? We're in the habit. We are so in a habit. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, so I need to be very, very, very careful with the two here. These are okay because they're going to be stationary. But these, holy cow. All right. You know how you just get programmed? You get programmed for how you do something, and you keep on doing it. You're like, stop already. Now, of course, remember, these are the pieces that came in the kit. I just cut those off, and those are going to go right here in the middle. And so we're just going to put that right there and get that. And they're a little bit, oh, son of a gun. All right. All right. Whoop, whoop, fix. I cut this one, but I didn't cut this one. So let me cut that right quick before it gets concrete and down. I trimmed it so that all pieces would be the same. And then I stopped. I stopped halfway. If you're going to do something, don't get caught in the middle. Finish what you're going to do. You hear these words of wisdom, and sometimes we don't put them into action. Okay. All right, so I want to share, Rachel Tessman had this idea for this, and she did one with a little piggy and such. And, I just thought it was fun. All right, I did this prelim, and this is the base kit, and then I did the stamp over the whole thing. So you see the little crushed curry flowers that are coming out. So because the weight is on this side, I'm going to put my tree over here, and let's get my branches that are so wonderfully already cut for us. So we've got the other one that we did earlier on the panel with our tree. So I have two options. I can put it in front, which I think would probably be good. And yes. Okay. So we are going to put this on. Again, this is just the inspiration. So this kind of came twofold. It came from Rachel with the Z-fold. And I'm trying to get as little as possible so it doesn't bulk up too much. And I'm afraid it's going to bleed out. So let me get this stepped off. Just, there's a little bit. See? Little trick. So you get all that off. Let me put this right here. Okay, now, because I have, so here it is. Is that not the cutest little Z-fold? And all right, so I thought about, I'm smiling under my face mask, but I don't really have a face mask in here. And then when one of the so one of the sayings of let's just roll with it, I thought would be cute since it's kind of a fun card, uses the tree and such, and the trees where toilet paper comes from. Oh, all these little play on words. But these are the scrap pieces. It's not the same color white, but I wanted to get some more reinforcement. So since this came off as a download, PDF download, so it's a little bit thin, I am going to use the paper, the cardstock that came with the kit, and by using that, it'll give me some stronger base on this. And then I will just hole punch that out. Then I thought, since we were going to have a lot of weight to this anyway, I thought about popping it up, but it's going to be a lot of weight, so I don't want to do that. But it's also kind of plain. See, so sometimes when I'm doing this, it kind of becomes more of let's get inspiration, right? Because this is totally off of an idea. So I'm doing it live, showing you kind of how this works. So since this kind of doesn't stand out, I have weight to it. I could pop it up, but how do we get more depth? So I want to be able to get some color behind it. So what I'm going to do is it would be good to have a piece around it. So let me find something. I'll be right back. Okay, this is how inspiration works. All right, so this looks too plain. I could put this behind it, but because this is very light in colors, this is light in colors. I have spruce here, but it's just still kind of that. That was going to work. I thought, well, I could put leaves underneath it. That's too bold. And then, aha moment. I have this piece. It has this stitched edge, and I have a piece out of it. But this corner, look what happens. Oh, because this light, this is Pear Pizzazz. This is Pear Pizzazz. It's part of the kit. So it's very muted, but it gives it a nice background. So we are going to do that. So let me do this first because I want to color the paper. Just thought it'd be fun. So I am going to just use my crushed curry, which is part of the kit. And I don't trust my printer ink, so I'm not going over the black lines. So if I get a little bit careless, I don't want it to bleed. That's the main key. So I'm trying to get real careful in there. So this would be kind of my pop of color on the front of my card, and with my little birdies on the inside will be totally matching. So, see how that kind of worked? I wanted to share the inspiration, what inspires me, how to create and kind of play on that. And, yeah, get some air extra in there. Okay, now I want to kind of be careful with this. So let me get a icky piece of paper, glue this, because these are all these pieces. Of course, we're not going to see it. So let's get this on around here first. And cover, see if we can get down there just enough. All right, done. Okay, so this is now trash. And now I'm getting glue on this. Oh my goodness. Have you ever just looked at things and says, you know, I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so I can go right here, and I'm going to just round this out because this one edge down here is just a little shy. But you know, here's the thing. Whoever's getting this has no idea what my plan was. So, really, all I have is that one piece right there. which is just gonna be enough. Oh, look at that. All right, so it's just reusing the piece, part about using scraps, and I was able to save the piece. It's a nice little stitch. It gives it some layers and depth, and I can put that right there on there. Oh my gosh. All right, you just saw complete start to finish. Here's the front and here's the inside. So is that not fun? I figured that if we could bring some inspiration to you and have a little bit of fold going on here. So there you are. Hope you enjoyed that. You learned something and saw my boo-boos, how we fixed it. And tell your friends. Share, love, be safe. God bless you. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. You never know. I may come up with another April pumpkin inspiration video. Have a great day. Bye.